Let's move on, Lonzo. Something that we've talked about a lot, but an OG rapper put a stamp on it, and I would like your thoughts on his comments. A popular rapper from No Limit Records, he goes by Mac, one of the lyrical dudes on No Limit Records back in the day. He says, quote, "Someone is benefiting off of death culture and young men are getting lured into it." I thought that quote was very powerful. Talk to me about your thoughts when you hear something like that.
Well, understand, I sent you a link earlier. I don't know if you had a chance to look at it or not. I sent you a link earlier. Dude breaks down the record business. Any business that's invest into an individual or a group, they have the right to insure you, okay, based on the value of what they think your contract is worth. They're giving you possible, if you're worth $10 million, they have the right to insure you. Technically, if I had the money and we were bigger, I could insure you, Dusty. It's called the key man clause, okay? If you are a key person in a corporation or an entity, I can insure your life, okay? That way, if something happens to you, this show won't fall apart, or I'll just go get some money and I hire somebody else to train somebody else, or just, hey, go kick back at the benefit of Dusty's demise. And I wouldn't put it past, I'm not saying that's the case, but I wouldn't put it past it if these folks have done and figured this out and realized, you know what, these cats have a high probability of not fulfilling their contractual agreements and getting shot. So let me protect myself. And it's not a bad business move. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's smart. I'm not saying it's cruel. It's just business to protect your investment. And unfortunately, these guys play a game and live a lifestyle that, they make an insurance company scratch the back of their heads if they want to keep fucking with them or not. Okay. And that's from 100. That's just 100. These cats is cashing insurance policies in left and right. Okay. And, it is what it is. I don't know what kind of money they would have on these guys, but nonetheless, like I said, if you was a smart company, you would have a policy on this person to make sure if something happened to him, that they would you still would be able to survive, or you wouldn't be hurt financially from their loss.
Yeah. Let's let me play a little clip of that link that you actually sent me, where this former record executive speaks the truth about the rap.
Seeing that a rapper from Migos died, I just wanted to go ahead and make a video about something I have a unique experience in. So I directed a bunch of rappers, people like Gucci Mane, Snoop Dogg, Lil Yachty, the list goes on and on and on, okay? I learned a lot of things, and I have left the industry largely over my political beliefs, but there is something I want to impart to people to hopefully, make some sort of change happen. So I have a challenge to rappers, and I know some of you still follow me. I know a bunch of the celebrity blogs still follow me from trying to get news from music videos and things like that. So here's the truth. The truth is this: a bunch of young black male rappers keep dying. You know who's not dying? Record executives. The record executives that push for them to continue to make songs and create a culture that is obsessed with death, drugs, and sex.
Stop it right there. This is a white cat, and he is saying a lot. Talk to me, Lonzo.
Dude, he's absolutely correct. I follow TMZ and all the other celebrity news feeds, and most of the time, record executives die in the 80s and 90s from natural causes. Okay, you don't hear about record executives dying from, well, for lack of a better word, lead poisoning. It don't happen. It only happens to us. You don't hear about no R&B, no country and western. You don't hear none of that shit. Okay, we're the only ones that find it necessary to end each other on a regular basis on our way up the ladder. We don't get to the top of the ladder yet. And then they say, oh, white people kill white people, Latinos kill Latinos. No. We're the only ones do it to a funky ass beat, and then we want to blame somebody else for the shit. Yes, we have some long-term effects from our upbringing, but after a while, shit should be obvious. And when things are obvious, you got to make a change. And like homeboy said, can't nobody change this but us. Nobody can change this but us. Nobody made us do this, they said, well, look, it sounds better like this right here. They'll make the suggestions, and then you have to make the decisions. Okay. If you want to go down that road and take a chance on being the latest hashtag, that's on you. Okay. But again, I think it was the same guy was talking about how people, the brother who was the host of the show was saying that brothers are so enamored with the whole idea of being a celebrity, they'll take that chance. They don't care. They'll like they said, they'll crash out just to be a celebrity. Okay, just to hit a roar in the crowd and people calling their name. And most of the time, it's short term, it's short lived. Nobody, because you don't put no time into it. And then as your time starts as your light starts to dim, you start to find other ways to try and stay relevant. You start doing antics because your music it sucks. When you first come out, the tattoos and braids, your style, all that shit is new and fresh. People will gravitate toward it for a while. Then here come 20 other cats doing the same shit, and you ain't the man no more. You ain't the man no more. So all of a sudden, people, your limelight is no longer shining, and you have to find some way to stay relevant. So you start doing celebrity boxing, or start beating up on your girlfriend, or start picking fights with other artists, trying to stay relevant. And this is how the hip hop game goes. But it's only hip hop that has to do that. Nobody wants to go back to the studio and reinvent themselves to come back and, to maintain their status. It makes no goddamn sense.
Dropping some game. Let's continue a little bit of this. I like this. Former record label exec speaks truth about the rap game. And I'll just play it in clips so YouTube doesn't give us any strikes.
Period. The industry is obsessed with it, but those record executives, they're not dying because they don't push this culture on their own people, but they're encouraging you to push it on yours, and they're paying you handsomely to do it. The reality is, I know a lot of you. A lot of you are good people. You're family guys. You're not the image that you put out there to the world. Why? Why don't you be the example? Stand up. I challenge you. Be the example. Make music about the culture you want to see. Don't just get online today and talk about how, whenever a rapper makes
music about the culture you want to see. That is a dope ass bar right there. And he just dropped it.
I totally agree with him, Doc. You need to be the person you want to see. You can't keep, and I've been saying this forever, dude. When Biggie died, when Tupac got killed back in the 90s, everybody was on the radios, various radio stations. Oh man, we should stop all the violence. Until you get to the goddamn studio, go right back to the same bullshit. Okay. Oh man, we should do. We're making all these songs, Same Gang. What's the other one? Self-destruction. Self-destruction. We made all these songs, and shit got worse. Okay. And this is what we're dealing with, because somebody told us, well, maybe because the companies don't market the good shit as hard as they push the negative shit. That's the problem when you don't control your own destiny. You don't get the same push that you get if you're spending your own money. You can push what you want to push, but somebody else wants to push. They're gonna push what they want. They want you to see what they want you to put out there. And it's just sad that this is some of the realest shit you're gonna hear this year. If you want to see it, you got to be it. Simple as that.